are live. Everything is running. Everything is good. The music can get muted. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ready Play Go, the place where streamers, weirdos, and nerds can get together and play TTRPGs. We are back for episode 8. Episode 7 had some emotion, anger, a little bit of comedy, and some drug incidents.
Shifty eyes.
So yeah, quite a buildy episode last week. So it's gonna be fun to see wherever you have been sent to. Not even sent to, just given coordinates that you flew towards.
I would call that sent, and I would wonder if we're gonna die.
I mean, you should always wonder that. Like, anything can happen in space.
It's true.
But yes, so we are back with our full cast of Avery Connors, Haberdactor, Outermost Ghost, and Doc Shryan. So, just before we begin, like every week we do, a quick disclaimer about the game. Our Alien game is intended for those 18 and over. With both action and horror vibes, the game is intended to play into character fears. This may invoke anxiety. We have ground rules set up that all players agree to, but if anything within the game causes distress, please stop watching. We understand that the game may not be for everyone, and your support in any capacity is always appreciated. With that, please get yourself comfy as we jump into tonight's episode of Alien Entrapment.
Get ready.
Okay, so we find ourselves picking up where we'd left off last week before Martha had some minor technical issues, where we are in the bunk of Tavin where Joshua is.
We're in the bridge.
Oh, you're in the bridge. In the bridge where Tavin and Joshua are having a very important conversation that we're going to continue on from last week.
So
Evan just has an irritated look on his face. And why the fuck did she bring the kid onto the ship? What the fuck?
because she doesn't want to leave anybody behind, and Jamie is now our
What do you mean leave
responsibility.
behind? We weren't on a fucking war. He was on a civilized planet.
Yes, but he was brought onto your ship, and she wants us to get him back to his dad.
So we should bring him to the ship that's being chased by the military as we go explore a space station which has rumors around it of some type of accident?
I don't understand how Carrigan's mind works. It's Carrigan. Apparently, Carrigan thinks of Jamie as part of the crew, and thus you don't leave your crew behind. Yes, we're going into danger. Yes, we can potentially die. Yes, a whole shitload of bad things can happen. But think of the adventure he's gonna have.
When I was his age, I almost died, and that shit wasn't nearly as dangerous as this.
Yeah, but look at the advantage Jamie has that you don't. He has you and Carrigan and the suit. And me, I guess, to patch up his owies, but and hold his hair back when he vomits after getting iron shit on drugs. But that's not the point here. The point is I don't know what the fuck the point is, and I don't know why she brought Jamie with us, but we got to make it work. We'll make it work.
I don't know how
I
to
need
deal
more
with
whiskey.
this. I'll go into the closet that's essentially off of the bridge, which is my room that I live in, and grab like just a bottle that's like half drunk of whiskey, and I'll give him like just a plastic cup and
Red
put some in
Solo
it,
cup.
pretty much.
Anyway, so the whole thing, Tav, is like we got to figure out what the hell's going on, because right now we're like stuck in the middle of some weird black ops government corporate fucking shit show that apparently has gotten out of hand, and they got us trying to clean it up. Which, I mean, I don't know why they would have us clean it up, because there are other people who are way better at that. The only thing I can assume is we're expendable, except for Carrigan. Why would they hire Carrigan, who's like a general's colonel's daughter? Like that makes no sense to me.
Evans is
nothing.
gonna like down an entire like 2 shots worth and just slump into the chair.
Yeah,
I
that's about
don't,
my.
man, I don't know.
I don't know. All I know is like the faster we get answers, the faster we can be done with this shit, and then we can get paid. And then we can like go off to like smuggling more shit, or I can go patching up bar fight wounds again and drinking a lot of caffeine.
I feel like as a doctor, you really shouldn't drink that much caffeine. I feel like at this point, you have more caffeine than fucking blood.
Well, I mean, I think. Well, no, I ran my blood spec, and it's fine. I could probably fit another 200 milligrams of caffeine in my day.
I'm gonna get up and go to the intercom and call Jamie to the bridge.
Poor Jamie.
Okay. It takes a few moments, but Jamie tentatively kind of peers around the door of the bridge. Hi?
I'm gonna just point to an empty chair and not say anything at first.
He kind of, Joshua, he kind of looks at you almost as if like trying to gauge like an approval of.
I will say Tavin doesn't look angry. He doesn't look angry. He's just kind of neutral.
I'll just nod at him.
Yeah, he comes in and sits where you pointed.
Hey, Jamie, I don't want you here. I wanted you to go home where your dad is. Because
Wow,
this is dangerous.
Tavin,
Just shut up.
Tavin.
Shut up. His words are a little slurred at this point. But you are here, Jamie. And so I'm going to pay you to do work on this ship.
Kind of takes a few seconds to kind of like he's looking directly at you, like he's not trying to shy away, and yeah. Oh, I wasn't ever looking for that. I just wanted to have some adventure on the ship. I'll do whatever you need me to do, but
You picked the wrong ship for adventure. But you're already here. You've already done a lot free of service because of you stowing away on my ship. So now I'm offering you the chance to earn some money while you're here. Then maybe your dad won't kill you.
okay. I'm very sorry for causing so much trouble. I I know I shouldn't have done what I did, but I'm sorry.
Tavin, your recruitment speech is fucking awful. You don't open with. You don't
I'm
open.
not even really a captain. I'm not even really a fucking captain. I was never supposed to be a captain. Everyone
No
else just
shit.
left.
But you don't open with "I don't want you here." That's not a great sales pitch,
Fucking
man.
didn't.
Well, you don't
I
say
was
it
not
to.
even looking at Jamie anymore.
You
I
don't
didn't
say
want
it
him
to his
here.
face.
It's too
Yeah.
fucking dangerous.
Right, but
Is
if
it
you're a
wrong
parent,
to not want a fucking child on your ship?
yes, but you don't tell the child. That leads to bad things. Like when kids are naughty, you don't say, "Hey, you're a fucking asshole and you ruined my day because you spilled milk on the carpet." You say, "It's an accident. We'll clean it up." Okay? Just you gotta be you gotta develop some fucking people skills, man. God damn.
There's a bit of a difference between spilling a drink on carpet and stowing away on a ship.
And there's a bit of a difference of, hey, this is an unfortunate incident that you're on my ship, but until I can get you back to your father, I would like to pay you for the work you're going to do instead of, I don't fucking want you. Get off my ship. Just saying.
Evan is gonna look back at Jamie and say, "Your new position will be custodian of the ship. Just clean stuff. I will pay you 15 credits an hour. You work 8 hours a day."
Okay. Do you want me to start now?
Start tomorrow. There's a crate in storage that's tied down with zip ties, or it's in the cargo bay. Don't open it. Don't touch it. Besides that, you can pretty much go wherever you want, except for in that room, and I'll point to the closet that I live in. And don't go where the AI core is, which is a door on the other side of the bridge. Don't go in there.
Okay. Thank you. He'll kind of nod in a respectful way of a kind of teenager would try to respect authority. And he'll same to you, Joshua. Do you want me to leave?
Yeah, you can go, Jamie.
Okay. Thank you again. And he just sort of a wee bit more of a pepty step, heads out the bridge to wherever he goes. Whoever knows where Jamie is.
See, that second half of that conversation was much better.
I don't know how to deal with him, man. I don't know how to deal with any of you fucks. You're the closest thing I have to a friend in this galaxy at this point.
That says a lot that I'm the only friend you got. You know that, right?
Man, I've lived on this ship for the last like 12 years. Two or three of them have been alone.
I mean, get a parrot at least, or something, a dog, something that'll keep you like kind of level, my guy. Because space can be lonely as shit.
Look who you're talking to.
The irony is not lost on me, Tavin. So, back to business. Where do you think we're headed? What are the coordinates like? We're looking for. What are we looking for?
Looking at the map, we're still about we're like, what, 12 days away? Something like that?
I think it was about 9 because I done like a little bit of a bigger jump at the end of the last episode. So yeah, but just over a week, I would say, from the location.
Looking at the map, is there anything even near where we're going outside of this rumors of a station?
Nope. When you look at the map with the kind of like the normal trade routes and that, this is pulling you off a trade route, and effectively like the closest planets to here, you're talking like maybe 15 to 20 days out to travel in any direction to something nearby. Or something of substance like a star system or a planetary system or something like that.
And you said Tavin knew rumors about the station about an accident or something like that?
Yeah, you've heard rumors that this space station, it was more used to the kind of less lawful folk of the universe, and in some stories it was almost like a criminal safe haven. Other stories it was just somewhere that was the kind of in between of law and criminal. But one story that seems to be consistent throughout is that something happened and all of a sudden it was just not used anymore. Almost as if it was like in a 24-hour period that it just stopped being as such a place or place of interest.
We'll explain all of that to Joshua.
Great.
But you gotta keep in mind, these are just rumors, man. I've never actually been here.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see in 9 days what we find.
I'm betting it's gonna be very similar to the station we went to before.
Don't say that. That don't bode well. So before I head back to my bunk, Tavin, I know you're gonna have to interact with like Andrea and Carrigan. Here's a tip: be nice, especially to Carrigan, because she's gonna stick her foot in your ass if you keep with the like rah rah tone. Just try and be a little softer, okay? That's your homework on your people building skills from the doctor, okay? Just be a little softer, okay? Because we need her. She's got skills that we need to get the job done, and she's kind of been through a lot the last day or so, seeing her dad again and finding out all this shit that's going on. He's involved with some weird ass government science project that's turning people into flesh eating monster, zombie, whatever the fuck they are. Just be a little softer. Maybe she'll soften up too and untie the strings of her jackboots a little bit. I'm
We'll
gonna go.
try.
That's all I ask. Just just take the tension in the room down. But I'm gonna go back to my cabin if we're or my bunk if we're pretty much done.
Yeah. Tavin's just gonna go to bed at this point.
All right. I'm gonna head off the bridge. Head back to my bunk with the bottle of whiskey
Okay.
or with the cup or whatever I got still.
If you take the ball, Tavin doesn't even clock it. He doesn't even notice.
You know,
Oh, your mic cut off.
Nope.
Nope.
I have to just buy him a new mic.
Seriously. We'll just
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah. But yeah, Tavin, you do not see Joshua leave with your bottle of whiskey.
Hello.
Oh, there you
There
go.
it goes.
There you go.
You're back.
And Joshua, you do make your way back to your bunk, and if your mic's working, I do want a wee quick thing here. As you get
It's
back
working.
to the bunk, obviously you're sharing with Jamie, who is now full-fledged member of the crew.
Yay.
And he's kind of just sitting in his bunk, and when you walk in, he kind of reacts as if he's been waiting on you coming back.
Just like,
Yeah. Mr. Joshua, can I ask some advice?
yeah, you could always ask.
You've had a lot of like journeys and adventures and stuff like that, right?
I wouldn't call them adventures, but yeah.
Okay. You you've had some uh love things happen.
The, love things.
Yeah, how do you know if a girl likes you?
Well, there's a couple ways. Either she'll ignore you, insult you, hit you, or very rarely, she'll say something nice to you. In my experience. That could be just I've had a lot of like traumatic relationships or red flag women, but I mean that's how I know.
Okay, so if any of those things happen, it could be that like something.
Well, how about you tell me specifically what happened, and I might be able to better help you out with this.
Well, nothing's really happened. It's just there's someone that I know that has been nice to me, and I don't know. It was just it's never happened before.
Right. So let me guess. She's short, tall tempered, and redheaded.
No.
No? Oh, okay. That's not who I thought it was then.
No, this girl's different. But it's
Uh-huh.
okay. I just wanted to know if you had um done anything like that before and could have given me advice. But it's okay. Thank you for helping me anyway. And he just immediately just rolls over, facing the other way.
I'm just gonna stare at him like, what the fuck was that? Okay, I'm gonna just kick back in my bunk and drink the whiskey.
Very well. Okay. With that, we are going to jump across the hallway, into the other bunks, and Andrea, you had received a message from the company with some files
Yes.
named after other members of your crew, that you have at your fingertips.
Yeah, and then there was one that was unnamed. Well, I will
Yes.
look at that one.
Okay. The unnamed one, when you open it, it isn't really a normal file that you would receive from the company. This one looks encrypted, and
Oh, did they send me the key?
as you kind of open it up, do what you need to do to kind of get the information from it, it gives you coordinates to a location, and then it tells you that new updated mission details, information at coordinates, USCMC involved. Get all details you can. Stay safe.
Okay, where if I put this coordinate into like, I assume I have like access to a galactic map or something.
I'd imagine. I'd imagine that you would have some kind of map system that could. But when you look, the coordinates are in the middle of nothing, and it's about a week worth of travel.
So it could be the place we're going to.
Could be.
Okay. Well, I'll keep an eye on that. Hey, Carrigan, where are you?
Probably bunk space places.
Okay.
Okay.
I remember you kind of made your own little home in a bunk.
I did.
I'm gonna go over, and there's not really a place to knock. So I will attempt to knock on the like sheet barrier I think you said you created.
I will.
I
I
Go
will
ahead,
say
Chris,
that
sorry.
this is about 12 days after you leaving Planet Alba. So just on that, of how would you still be in that, or in the last 12 days would you have tried to converse with people, or Or
No, I mean, I might have in passing talked to people like getting food or whatever, but mostly I'm either
in your fort, or
in my fort or literally like doing circuit running
okay.
through the ship, like trying to keep active.
PT.
Okay.
Yeah, PT.
Okay. So well, yeah, Carrigan, you do get a sort of muffled shugle of your pillow bed fort. The
I'll kind of pull the sheet aside and stick my head out and be like, "What's up?"
Well, I kind of wanted to talk to you since you did kind of save my life the other day, and we haven't really had a nice chance to talk.
I'll pull the sheet open and be like, "You can sit if you want to."
Okay, thank you. Sit down. Nope. Sorry, I saw something.
Okay.
Yeah. So, first off, thank you for saving my life. But, I'm really sorry that I didn't properly reach out to you when everything was happening. You know, before I left the Marshals.
Um, you don't owe me anything for doing the right thing. There's no way that I'd ever leave you on the floor. I appreciate that, Emma. Andrea, sorry.
It's fine.
I hope you understand now that I don't let my people fall behind. I would have been a lot more understanding and would have done anything to help you out. You didn't have to.
But we were. What could you have done? I asked several times for leave, and I was not. And I didn't think you could help in a way that they wouldn't have already offered.
Yeah, well, I'm me and my dad's my dad.
Yeah.
I'm a little better at negotiating, convincing, and if all else fails, demanding. It could have
But
been
then,
different.
but then there were also all of the things that we had to do, all the cases, and I could tell you were probably going to be up for a promotion soon, and I didn't want to get in the way of that. And you're so much better of a marshal than I could ever have been, and I didn't want to drag you down anymore.
There's nothing to drag down. I left the Marines because I thought that they were unjust and unfair, not giving someone leave because their parents are dying is certainly not fair. And I don't care where I stand in the Marshals, as long as I stand between the people I'm serving and harm.
Right, but you're just so much better at it than I could ever have been, and I didn't want to hold you back. Like, I'm not very good at anything physical. So I couldn't help you with takedown things, and I couldn't help you very much with. I'm shit at this shooting range. We both know that. There's a reason they usually don't let me have a gun. And all I'm really good at is seeing things, and you could have better partners to do that with.
I disagree with you.
I've been saving up most of my payments, because I wanna help Novgorod's martial unit afford new stuff. I don't want it to be a bribe. I just want to give it to you guys.
Well, that's entirely up to you. And that would be between you as a private citizen and the Marshal office.
Right, but would you accept it if I did that and not take it as a bribe, because it wouldn't be a bribe?
Go through the proper channels and it'll be fine.
Okay. Because you guys do have some supply deficits, and I don't like that.
And this is the part where these were how you were valuable to the Marshals. But it's done. I just don't want to see Wayland Yutani get you killed.
I mean,
because they don't give a shit.
they don't. I don't claim they're a good company. I'm just saying that I felt it was my only choice at the time. And I'm trying to do the best I can to help the most people I can from what I can do.
I can appreciate that, Emma. I don't think it was the best way, but you're there now. There's not much that can be done about that.
Yeah, the contract's pretty ironclad. I think I would have to pay them quite a lot to get out of it anytime early.
I imagine so.
Well, the other reason why it's really good that you saved my life is that now you guys don't have to pay them money for a loss of property.
I wouldn't be paying Wayland Yutani shit.
No, but they'd probably take it out of Joshua and Tavin's paychecks next time, and that wouldn't be pleasant. I don't want that for them. Oh, by the way, I do have a I was sent some coordinates, and I don't know where they lead.
Okay.
But I think they're where we're going anyway.
I mean, can I look at them?
Yeah.
Would I know anything about them, Game Mother?
I show them.
Yeah. If you're showing was that the coordinates?
Yeah.
You don't have any knowledge of.
I will say Carrigan was the only other person who saw the coordinates that Tavin is going to. So she would know if they were the same.
Oh yeah, and that you would know that they are the same coordinates. I just meant that you wouldn't
Know what they
yeah,
are.
you don't know any rumors or stories or anything like that about. This is just empty space to you. This is just there's
Yeah,
nothing there.
That's definitely what Tavin had, but
Okay.
I don't know anything about it.
Neither do I. I wasn't given any information other than that. Oh God, acronyms have escaped my brain. Help.
USCMC.
USCMC. Thank you. Are involved. And I said be safe. I worry because usually they don't say that. So what does?
I mean, to be fair, the USCMC already tried to kill us once. That might be
I haven't put
part
that
of the
very well.
BSF. I
Oh man, I got so much more to fuck. Okay, I gotta do paperwork.
hey,
Yeah,
real quick.
yeah.
Do you have informational dossiers on everybody?
They sent those two. I haven't looked at them. Do you want to see?
I would like to see Tavin's, please.
Okay.
What kind of information do I get about Tavin from this?
Okay. Tavin, how would you
Yes.
like to do this? Do you want to
I'll just
give
say
to a
it.
certain
Honestly, if you're
level?
fine with that.
It
It
whatever
depends
you
on
want
how
to give.
deep it goes.
It's
All right.
but with it being the company, they can get deep with just knowing
Right.
shit. So it's you 100% of how deep do you feel the company could get?
Pretty deep since you worked for him. Okay. What you see is Tavin Grey, currently 28 years old. Worked for Wayland Yutani at 17, but was presumed dead for 3 years until he was seen again on another station. Dropped out of high school at 16. Father has a large criminal history of drug distribution. Is currently deceased as of 15 years ago. Mother also has a history of drug abuse and drug distribution and a criminal record. She lives on some random station. Tavin Grey is the current owner and only registered worker on the ship Marthanóir, which was previously called the Kronos, and he's owned it for 2.5 years at this point.
Okay.
No criminal record outside of like drunken disorderly, like getting in a bar fight and thrown in the drunk tank for a night. And current residence is unmarked because he doesn't actually have any.
Okay.
I can't think of anything else it would have.
No,
Anything you would
totally
think,
fine.
Mother?
No, I think that's a decent chunk of information that they would have. Because remember, this is them kind of drumming up as much as they can since Andrea had reached out asking for it. The only thing that I will
And he was marked as killed during operations with Wayland Yutani, or presumed dead.
Yeah. Wayland Yutani would definitely have gave. If this is supposed to be information only for a Wayland Yutani agent eyes, then there'd probably be a little bit more information than what they would have said otherwise. Carrigan, the only bit that I'll say just quickly on that is the ship, the Kronos, you've heard of. has been at Novgorod many years ago.
Okay.
And I guess it would probably be say that he was, since it's their own file, captain of the ship he worked on, left him for dead to escape pirates.
Okay.
Man, why am I always the one doing lore drops?
Because you're trying to be sneaky.
Look, there's been plenty of lore clues for Joshua, so you're not the only one.
I mean, we got a lot of my crap dropped too, so.
Yeah.
Also, because you guys decided to make lore heavy characters and didn't just go like, I don't know.
This explains so much about Tavin, though.
Yeah. One question. So 2 questions. I know about do I know any? I just recognize the name.
You recognize
Chronos?
the name. You would have to go back to your files to get any more.
Okay.
But you'd recognize that ship has passed through your port before.
Okay. Is there anything regarding what Tavin does for work nowadays, or what he's been doing on Novgorod? Is there anything like that?
He would be marked as the ship as a salvage ship,
Mhm.
and salvage and scavenging. So if a ship gets in a wreck or gets destroyed, or they find debris that they want picked up,
Yeah.
he handles that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is his official day job.
Yeah. His official day job is above board. It's a legal occupation.
Okay.
Like the colonial marshals have also used scavengers to go out and retrieve things that you have interest in. So
Okie dokies.
So he doesn't, okay, he might be criminal adjacent. But as far as we know, he's fine, right?
Andrea, anybody that defensive generally is hiding something. You know that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, especially since I don't have the authority to arrest anybody anymore. So I can't really go. There's the most I can do. I can request trials.
See, here's the thing. I do have the authority to arrest people. And I have been held hostage in a spaceship.
Yes.
Coming out of cryosleep.
Yes.
I asked someone that I was supposed to be working with their last name, not for any reason other than just being like, I'm Carrigan Mackenzie. Oh, you're Tavin? Well, we're on a crew together. And then what I got was fuck you. So
yeah, okay, but that thing is not illegal. That's just bad manners.
I understand that. I let all of that shit go. It's when he stopped the ship, pulled only me from cryosleep.
Yeah. That's a bit suspicious. But I believe that with some communication between the both of you, we can sort this out without landing everyone in a worse situation than we came here.
Do you want to know why Joshua told me I needed to work on my anger issues?
Actually, yeah, I do want to know that.
Because to Joshua's perspective, I ran to the bridge after we couldn't revive you to see how close we were to a station. And then to Joshua's perspective, I ran back. And I was angry. Now, between you and me, I punched Tavin in the face. If Tavin has told Joshua that, then he knows it now. But he didn't know it before. But
Okay,
either way,
that's a little funny. I gotta be honest with you. That's a little funny.
you were having a heart attack. I
Yeah.
asked Joshua if the unsecured FTL could have done it. He said yes. I went to the bridge, told Tavin that he was essentially a shithead for not giving us any warning and allowing you and myself to walk off the bridge and then jump into FTL.
Yeah.
Unsecured, which really, really could have killed us. Impact damage, fall damage, crushing injuries, anything.
The heart attack could have happened whether we were braced or not, but I do agree with the rest of that.
I feel like it didn't help to
No.
be suddenly thrown around. And so, yeah, I punched Tavin in the face because I was incredibly angry. It is the second time that he was willing to put every single person in danger to save his own skin.
Well, wait, when was the first time? I thought the first...
On Arceon, when he wanted to leave.
Right. Yeah, he was pretty scared. I didn't do a good job of calming him down. I'm sorry. That was my fault.
Cowardice isn't an excuse to endanger other people.
No, but if you're in your first big life-threatening event for a group of people and you're not used to certain situations or using a firearm to defend yourself, which he did admittedly do for the first time that trip. I think it's fair especially from a civilian perspective, to be more willing to run away.
I mean, given what his file says about him, if he's so scared of all of this stuff, I don't understand why he would buy a ship that he was assumed killed in action in.
No. This is not the one that he was assumed killed in action with, and that was a different one.
That was the Kronos,
I think.
which was renamed.
No.
Unless I misunderstood. Did I misunderstand?
Yeah, he worked for Wayland on a different ship, was left for dead, was presumed dead for Wayland until 2 years later or 3 years later, he was seen alive on a space station working for the private ship, the Kronos, which he then purchased from the captain and renamed to the Marthanóir. So the Kronos is a different ship.
So what I got confused about was what I wrote down was Marthanóir was Kronos, and then Kronos, I heard about it. It was at Novgorod, and that the captain of that ship left Tavin dead. So it wasn't the captain of that ship, or was it?
No, captain of
it was a Wayland employee. The Kronos did not work for Wayland.
Okay.
I'm actually quite surprised to read in his file that it was the captain that left him, as opposed to someone managing the captain forcing them to leave him. Because usually you don't see captains just leaving their crews out like that, right?
Right. That's kind of my whole point.
Sorry, I'm still on the outtake.
But so he's captaining a ship, and he's so afraid of everything and so afraid of space. Why is this his job then? Why does he do this? He's so afraid.
Because he can make money at it, and he needs to make money to stay alive. And the only other things he could do possibly is drug money and smuggling operations and being a mule, as opposed to running at least a semi lawful profession getting scrap and debris. That's
There-
what I assume.
Other completely legal jobs that can be done on any number of planets or
mean,
stations.
He could work in the dock. I'm not gonna lie. If I almost died in space like that, I would probably find a planet.
To keep your
And
feet
settle
firmly on the
on.
ground.
Yes.
That's the other part of my problem with him. But my main
Look-
problem with him right now, he started. And I think we can agree that I am a bad woman to keep mad.
Yeah. You tend to hold on to grudges, but I do believe that if we have some communication, we can clear it up. But he also has to be willing to talk. Like, I think you're willing to hear at least part of him out, but he has to not be mean to you.
Also, I did explain to him what part of my deal is. And he kept the door locked between us. So
Door locked? Wait, what?
I went to talk to him on the bridge when after he woke me up from cryo sleep. I went to the bridge to try and explain why I did not respond very well to that. It's a second attempt on my part.
He was, yeah,
To
no,
de-escalate.
He's okay. We'll see what we can see if I can convince him to not.
I don't need you to do that, Andrea.
But
He is a grown-up man, nearly in his 30s. If he wants to mess with fire, then he will be burned.
I get the feeling that he doesn't people very often.
Well, I've been told that I don't people very well.
But you people often, which is different. Because you at least understand where people could come from. If he doesn't people often, then he could kind of not be sure what to do right now. Also, okay, complete side tangent. I need to confirm a hypothesis.
Okay.
You didn't draw flowers and leave them on my pillow, right?
You're asking me if I drew flowers?
Look, I came in when we took off. I came into this room and there was a piece of paper on my pillow that had some drawings of flowers and said, "Glad you didn't die." But you already said that you were.
I
glad
already
you didn't
told
die?
you that. Yeah, I told you
Yeah.
that at the hospital. I don't need to write
And-
it down.
Okay, that's what I thought. And then Joshua also said something similar about being glad that I didn't die. And then Tavin actually apologized to me for doing the FTL jump
Good.
without. So I don't think he did it either. I threw the thing away, so I don't know. I was just confirming that I think it's probably not any of you.
What's the kid? The Jamie kid.
Could be. I don't know. Was he involved in any of that?
Yeah, he was attempting to give you CPR. He didn't.
Did he not know how to do it?
He just wasn't very successful. I have more experience, and
I understand.
so,
That's worrying.
he's a kid from Novgorod, right? Game Mother, do I know Jamie from? Do I know that he's like some dock worker's kid, or
You don't know
or he's just a
them,
random
but
citizen from Novgorod?
you've seen him around. Like, it's more his dad that's like one of the foremen for the space dock of Novgorod. So
Okay.
it's
So like I know that he is
you know
his
of them.
dad's kid.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You just don't
Okay.
know any other. Like, it's just somebody
Yeah.
that works there. They've been there for, like, he's been on Novgorod his entire life.
Okay.
And you've had a couple of like you've not been the colonial marshal for Novgorod that many years, but you have had a couple of run-ins of just a normal teenager being rowdy at certain points, and you've had to move them on. But that's kind of, it's just your typical kind of interactions.
All right.
I'm not gonna say anything and hope that it was just his awkward way of saying that he was glad he didn't have to see a dead body.
Yeah. I'm like,
and that's what I hope it is. Oh God.
I mean, like, it does, like, I mean, I didn't ride out with you guys to Arceon, so I don't know
So
how much
okay,
interaction you had with him.
Not much. I think I said hello once.
It's probably nothing then.
Yeah, probably nothing.
We're just like decent human being things, right?
Yeah, so he was probably just like,
this was
doing
scary.
whatever his mom.
I had to help do CPR. I'm glad somebody that I helped save their life didn't die. Yeah. Totally normal.
I think that's fair.
Normal reactions. Yeah. I agree.
Okay, good.
All right.
I gotta do paperwork. I'm gonna go take a never sleep and do some paperwork.
I'm gonna go PT.
Okay, sounds good. Wait, isn't it in the middle of the night?
Yep.
Do you want company?
Do you want to do PT?
I mean, it would help, wouldn't it? If we're gonna get into more physical altercations.
Okay. Carrigan and Andrea go for a run.
Okay. If you want to do that, you're more than welcome to. Hold on. No, I just want to check one little detail.
I am not RPing a run.
No.
No, I was just having a look. It's okay.
But I don't think that Andrea is going to be able to keep up too well.
Oh no, Carrigan won't Carrigan will stay
like medium pace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been a while.
Assuming that you've gotten cushy at Wayland Yutani.
A little bit.
I mean, if you want to roll.
Yeah, what would we roll?
Roll for PT?
What would we roll?
Just roll your strength.
Okay.
Or stamina. What would your strength? No, I would roll your strength. Because it's just.
Watch me fail something ridiculous. Yep. No, I can't be. Okay, there we go.
Okay, so you
surprisingly strive for not working.
Yeah, you go your run, and Carrigan, you're expecting kind of like a breeze, but Andrea just starts fucking forcing out this unknown fucking power of a run, and
muscle memory.
You try to keep up, and it just it's like blowing out your ass, but you do manage to you're not quite in front, but you're keeping up. Like you look fine doing it too, but but you learned something today.
Then I take a never sleep and do work.
And I go to fucking bed because that was
No,
it's embarrassing.
No problem. Okay. Is there anything else that anybody would like to do in the next little portion of travel before we roll?
I would like to actually get to a place.
Okay. Tavin, give me a piloting roll, please.
You got it.
While Tavin makes the piloting roll, Avery said it best. None of us understand healthy relationships.
Why am I the one at the healthiest of relationships?
I'm gonna push that.
Okay.
I'm gonna push that
Okay.
because holy shit.
Yeah, how have you rolled?
I get
So-
7. I
That-
get a 7 to
two.
this roll.
1, 2, 3,
One
So for the-
success.
12
those of you on
dice.
Twitch,
You rolled 24
Get
dice
12.
and got 1 fucking success.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
Yep.
Okay. Well, in these last kind of 7-8 days of travel, there's a couple of moments, Tavin, where it's probably just you've kind of had this emotional ride for the last couple of days after the last few months, and just after your conversation with Joshua and just other things that you've been left to your own devices and that, there's a couple of little moments where things were a little sketchy, but you do managed safely to get out within kind of like an hour of the coordinates. And this is where you start kind of putting out your radar to try and find anything in the vicinity. And after a few minutes, you do. Nothing just seems to be popping up. You're not getting any communication signal. You're not getting any life form signal. Just nothing. But then there's just this blip. Just about, not far in front, probably about, as I said, about 50 minutes an hour out. And it's just this singular blip just out there in this void of space.
It will call everyone to the bridge because we are at our location before I get any closer to the blip.
Okay. Yep, everybody, you all get a ship-wide message from Martha to come to the bridge.
Duggy Duggies.
I think at some point I probably would have told everyone the rumors about where we're going. Just what Tavin knows, but make sure that it's like understood that these are just rumors he's heard.
Okay. Does anybody need the kind of rumors mentioned?
I probably do, but I would also like to know that I would have given Tavin the information about this being the next place we were supposed to go anyway.
Okay. Right. Well, the
Conveniently.
rumors first that would have been because I imagine once you'd heard these rumors, you would have told Tavin what you had found out. The rumors were just basically that this location was home to a station that was kind of like the midway point between law and criminal. Other rumors were that this was just a criminal haven. That was kind of, it's outside any controlled kind of space. Like, obviously you've got like your three main, like you've got like the Union of Progressive Peoples, Three World Empire, the United Americas, and then you've got like the independent core system and the frontier. This is kind of like, it's not that it's unknown space, but it's just no one has direct control. Over it, and that's why the likes of Planet Alba, that's in this same similar space, isn't under colonial martial law, it's like their own, it's whoever's settled there takes the control kind of thing. So this is a similar setup, that it's just, some rumours are that it's lawless, some rumours say that it's governed by their own kind of group. But yeah, Tavin, Andrea would have kind of told you that Wayland Yutani had given her similar coordinates that would have probably have spiked a little bit more, like, can't think of the word, but
Noia and alertness.
yeah, just kind of like not going fucking flying right in. So once you kind of get to like 2 hours, an hour before it, that would have been your kind of thing of, right, now we slow down, search, and fucking think this through before we just go into another
Caution.
fucking station. That's the word. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So yeah, a little bit more caution, but yeah, you just have this singular blip that's just pinging, but there's no communication signal, no life signal, nothing like that.
Once everyone gets to the bridge, I'll just say no communications, no life, nothing that I can see outside of a blip on the radar.
That's concerning.
Well, the rumor is everyone left, so it's kind of what I was hoping.
What are we supposed to be doing here?
Well,
They just gave me the coordinates and said there was information here for
Well, yeah.
whatever we were looking for.
and we're supposed to get information from, well, they didn't give me a contact. They just said be careful, which is the I'm gonna be honest with you guys. On the last missions, I wasn't actually worried. They didn't say be careful on those. They said be careful on this, or be safe. I think is what the actual word was. I've never been told that on a mission.
Right.
Hey, you've got a marshal, a former marshal, and 2 former Marines. It'll be fine.
I'm gonna have to break out the luggage. I'm head to my bunk.
I guess I will slowly start approaching the blip, constantly scanning for anything else.
Okay. So yeah, Joshua, you go back to your bunk, grab whatever you want or do whatever you want. Tavin, as you're approaching in, nothing changes for a good portion of this, but as you slowly get closer, you start to see. Actually, give me an observation to see if you do see.
I don't,
Okay.
but I'm going to push it. I
Okay.
do. I succeed. Okay. Okay.
As you're approaching, and this blip starts to come into view through your kind of front window, and you're looking, and it looks like just this random space station. It's not massive. It's not like Novgorod or Arsion and all that kind of stuff. Like this, it's a smaller kind of station.
It's like a station people would work on, not live
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And as you look, something just doesn't seem right with it, and you can't really work it out. And then as you draw that little bit closer, you do notice that part of this station is missing, and there's just debris in the surrounding space as you are approaching in.
We'll point that out to the group that's still here. Say, I think I know why everyone left.
That might be that involvement they were talking about. Great.
I just thought about this. I don't have enough no atmosphere suits for everyone.
How many do you have?
The one I'm wearing.
Okay. Well, you're gonna go alone then?
Well, let me ask. Game Mother, would I have?
What, would you go alone?
Thank you.
No.
No. No,
Um,
he would not. Because he has a really expensive one that he wears.
I will say,
But would he have?
Andrea,
Mm-hmm.
you'll have a Wayland Yutani one that
Yeah.
is just always time, so you're fine. I will say, Tavin, there would be a few old suits from the Kronos days still aboard the ship.
Well, they're packed away in a box somewhere, and they're probably covered in dust. But they should still work.
Oh, okay. And I was joking, Tavin. I have my own suit.
Okay.
I would have gone with you.
I also feel like Andrea would recognize that the one Tavin's been wearing is a Wayland Yutani one. And it's like it's a very expensive one.
Yeah. She would not say anything about it.
Andrea, you would also know that it's an older model.
Yeah.
That's old news. That's so
Expensive when he
2030.
bought it. Well, what's the plan?
Well, I assume we all suit up and then go see if we can.
Look something up in the book real quick.
And I assume we leave the child on the ship.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jamie watches the ship.
Jamie's head kind of sinks a little bit. Jamie just wants adventure.
Of course, once they secure the ship, you know he's gonna wander on like children tend to do.
How old is he?
17.
Yeah.
17.
Like 17.
17. Okay.
But it's been a sheltered life on Novgorod. You've met his dad, sort of.
I guess I will bring the ship towards the station and try and look for a place to attach or land. That would seem like a good place where worst case scenario, gotta take off quick, wouldn't be an issue. That's what I'm gonna try and look for.
Okay. As you kind of do like your typical like orbit of the station, you do find a kind of docking station at the far side away from like the damage section, that you would be able to get in and out quick if need be. You've done this before on your salvage missions, so it's easy for you to find something.
I will go to land there or attach there.
Okay. Yeah, you.
Do I need to roll?
No, this is
Sure.
easy enough. Like this is one of those ones that is like just so easy to just connect in because it's all manual at this point. And as you connect in, that's where you realize that there's no power coming to these dock doors, so it is a manual open that you'll have to do. But you are connected and good to go.
All right. Can I use my talent called Hidden Stash to pull out a blowtorch? Because we're going to need that to force open the door, because those doors are outside doors. Those things cannot be pushed open by hand.
Yep, you can indeed.
See, Tavin just has like a blowtorch under his chair.
But yeah.
Wouldn't that be a dangerous place to store it?
We're on a pressurized ship in space. A blowtorch is dangerous anywhere.
All right, but sit the wrong way and.
Nah, it's fine. It is like taped up in there.
Okay. So, are we blowtorching the door?
I'm gonna wait
Mhm.
for everyone, and I'm gonna bring my gun as well.
Very well.
And I'm gonna also tell Jamie to not come into the airlock because it will be 0 pressure, and he will die.
Okay.
And if we don't come back after 5 days, small station, so we should be fine. But if we don't come back in 5 days, get into the emergency escape vehicle, launch it. It automatically sends distress signals. Take some food with you.
Okay. I hope you're all safe, I guess. I'll keep the ship clean, Mr. Tavin. And he'll kind of go off to the kind of safety area of like the kitchen quarters and stuff like that.
When Joshua joins us, is he carrying extra stuff? Because he mentioned luggage earlier.
Yeah, Josh has got his pressure suit on. He's carrying a long black bag and an extra medical bag as well.
I guess once everyone's there and we got it where we're airlocked off the rest of the ship, I'll begin blowtorching the door open.
Okay. Give me a heavy machinery roll.
All right. I'm gonna push.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
So much pushing.
You attempt to get this door open with the blowtorch, and you're making some like way through, but you just can't get the kind of fuel to flame ratio quite right, so you're effectively just heating up the door.
May I try?
Sure. And I'll
I have
hand
no
it to
addition
her.
to this.
Okay.
Here we go.
There you go. There you go.
It's in one.
So,
Like at that point, we just got the
Excellent.
door hot enough that it just kind of melts. The lock just breaks open.
yeah, you get the door hot enough where the emergency unlocking mechanism just falls open. Andrea, you kind of start doing it as well, and in the beginning it's a kind of similar thing, trying to get the mixture right, and then in that kind of like frustration and push, you get the perfect mixture and begin to just open the seals of the door. Not quite opening it. You're just opening the seals so that you can prepare to pushing open. But the door is unlocked. Your area is pressurized.
We should probably take a break before we go through, because we're at the hour and 40.
Okay, yeah, no, we can do that. Yeah, we'll take our quick 10-minute break. That you have the door open, and we shall be back. Hold on, I need to change this time because it's different. But yeah, go to the bathroom, get some more snacks, fill up your drink, and we shall be back in about 10 minutes' time. And thank you for waiting while we done all the things. But yeah,
I was going to say one thing before we get through the whole. This crew reminds me of an even more dysfunctional version than the Firefly crew. It really does.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to watch that, so I don't know what that means.
He's not wrong, except for I don't know.
yeah, I think you're giving this crew a little bit too much. Like,
Yeah.
More
Yeah,
dysfunctional.
definitely.
I think you're being too nice here.
How will you explain this to me after a game or something?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Also, just so I don't get like screwed. Not that I think that Chris would do that to me. I do have my gun and my stun baton.
Okay.
Stun.
Yeah.
Stun.
Yeah,
Something.
we'll time it that anything that you would have wanted to grab, you would have got before, because with this being the pressurized, and you would have had to have shut down the airlock and all that. You would have went off and got everything that was needed while Tavin was kind of securing the ship. But yeah, if everybody has their stuff, you are all at this doorway, not knowing what's going to be on the other side. We'll just go one of you will give the door a little tap as it's still on the hinges, but pushes out and goes into the airlock of the station, where the door is still closed. And this airlock is still pressurized.
Okay.
So you're able to walk in, no problem. I'd imagine that you'd be the one that would go to the kind of computer port of this, and it it does tell you that the station itself is not pressurized. So it's a little confusing as to why this part of the ship is still managed to maintain its pressure. But you would know that to make it as safe as possible, you would have to depressurize this airlock and the airlock of Martha, because the door is open and cannot be sealed again. So
yeah, I'll go about that process, because otherwise the second we open that door, we're gonna get fucking killed.
Yeah.
Explosive decompression!
No, we would get pulled through the door at the tiniest crack, and just everything would shatter.
Decompression, yes.
So
That's what I said.
yeah, you are able to decompress. I don't know if everybody can hear the space dog that's happening. But
I can't.
yeah, okay.
I can't.
You depressurize and you get that kind of feeling of pressure around your suits. Carrigan and Joshua.
Because our shit is old.
As this pressure begins to build, you have been in non-pressurized situations before, and this pressure just seems to be kind of going that little bit more than that you're comfortable with.
Pop ears.
And it kind of lasts for a few seconds before the suit sort of pops into life, so to say, where all the kind of suit systems begin pushing back against it, and comfortability begins to circulate once more. But for that brief moment, there's a little bit of a worry that these suits may be a little bit more fragile than you would like. But everything is depressurized and you're able to unlock the door going into the station. Is there anything you would like to do before?
Assuming we're zero gravity, aren't we?
At this moment, no. There's still a level of gravity here.
Okay.
We're gonna need to find a spot to set up like a base up operation so we can put our gear down and figure out what we're doing here.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Okay.
I have a gun now, so it's safer.
With a clunk, the door is unlocked as you push. There's a little bit of a kind of push back as you go to open the door, but the door opens up and you are met with darkness, with a pulsing light, a red light, that is just a slow, steady pulse. Andrea, as you kind of step through, you flick on your suit's flashlight to kind of have a look around, and this just looks like a somewhat deserted, abandoned kind of hallway. There's just mess all over. As you look up and down the hallway, there's doors that have been they're half opened or fully closed, but it's just this steady red pulse light that just seems to stick there out of everything that's happening here.
Any corpses?
No, you don't notice anything
Okay.
like that. Like this looks, as much as there's like some little bits of like mess as in like loose wires and stuff like that, there's nothing in the corridor at all. That it just all seems to be like component damage. So like parts of like wall panels and stuff like that maybe have just been hanging from wires and stuff.
Mhm.
But you have 2 directions to go, left or right.
Always go to the left.
You all follow suit and begin to head down the corridor to the left. As you're going, you come across like a half-open door, and as you glance in, again it's just strewn mess. Desks and things are kind of like been up against the wall and then just like, or up against the door and then just kind of landed around the door. Things that were obviously too big to get through the door. You've got, that's on your right hand side as you're walking. You've got a closed door to the left, and the next door to the left is also closed. But the corridor also just continues.
Well, we don't know what we're looking for.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna open the first door that we get to, see what type of room it is, if there's anything to look through.
Okay. You're able to pry open the door kind of easily. A lot more easily than you expected it to be. And the room itself looks almost immaculate, but you can only imagine that perhaps there's a vent system, that these rooms are depressurized.
Okay.
But are you wanting to go in?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
We don't know what we're looking for.
As
No idea what we're looking for.
you do go into the room and you have a look about, you realise that the room looking immaculate is because the desk and like the bed and stuff like that are bolted down. You do see that there is damage around the vent itself,
Okay.
where items from this room has been sucked through the vent system. The vent is probably about a foot in diameter. It's not a massive vent, and it's just up on the top of the wall. But the rest of the room just looks, the table's bolted down, the bed's bolted down. There's a couple of lockers, but that's really
Open the lockers.
it.
Open the lockers, go through the desk.
Opening the lockers, there's some, there's a jumpsuit and a jacket, both with the USCMC insignia.
Okay.
In the desk, there is some paperwork, but nothing really like.
Of note?
Yeah.
Not. Okay.
It's nothing worth kind of worrying about.
All right.
But that's really everything that's in this room.
Go to the next
When
room.
they're
Or
when they're looking
go-
in the room, when they're looking around the room, is there like a "You Are Here" map on the wall somewhere, or any sort of like way to orient
No,
ourselves?
there's nothing like that here.
Alright. Guess we're headed to the next room.
If the vent's up on the wall, can I look inside it to see if there's anything just like sitting there at the edge? Like any papers that might not have been sucked through completely?
Yes, you have your flashlight, don't you? You do have a flashlight, sure.
Tavin does not have a flashlight.
Okay,
I have a flashlight.
Same.
okay,
Will help.
okay. Yeah, you kind of climb yourself up. Carrigan and Andrea kind of give you a helping hand with lighting up the thing. Give me an observation.
You got it. Alright.
Oh,
I'm
Christ.
gonna make a panic roll.
You're looking at an event, Tavin.
God damn it.
Hold on. I think I have something for this.
Okay.
Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't.
You okay there, buddy?
Tavin is currently having flashbacks to the last time he was on an abandoned space station.
Do you need a hug?
But I did still succeed on the roll. I just have a tremble now.
Carrigan, do you have anything?
No, I have nerves of steel, but that only helps me.
Yeah.
It doesn't help. I mean, I could try command on him to get
Well,
him to calm
I did
down, but I don't
succeed
think
the roll.
that
I did
or
succeed the
authority
roll.
rather, but I don't think that would
Yeah, I don't think.
necessarily be helpful.
Yeah.
I don't think I could be like, calm down.
Yeah, that isn't the way that kind of works.
No.
But Tavin, as you look in this vent, you do see what looks to be some scrap bits of paper and stuff like that that's kind of caught in like little rags of this vent. You kind of just outer body just put your hand in to pull out these bits of paper, and
I will say, I just read, if you get a panic, it negates all successes.
Ah.
So I did not actually succeed.
Well,
He is
Tavin-
shaking too much and is starting to freak out a little bit, feeling like he's
Tavin-
back on that station with the
Tavin,
monsters.
do you need a hug?
before we get to that part, Tavin, as you grab this kind of bundle of paper, you do see something bend round this tunnel of the event.
Tavin is going to immediately jerk his hand back so quickly that he falls and yell out, "What the fuck?"
And the rest of you do see this and see Tavin visibly tremble in fear.
Oh, great. Second act of Arceon.
Tavin, do you need a hug? Or, I think I have, I don't think I have any, like, candies or anything. I want to help you. How can I help you?
Tavin, trembling, is gonna say, there was something in the vent. It moved.
Oh, I want to see. Climb up and look in.
The exact reaction I was expecting.
Give me an observation, Andrea. It's
Damn.
just bits of paper that's attached to or caught on the little edges of vents. But
Okay, I'm
other
gonna,
than
I'm
that, you
gonna
don't
try
see
and,
anything.
I'll try and get the bits of paper out.
Yeah, you pull them out, and the same as in the desk, there's nothing really of kind of importance. It's just it kind of looks like kind of like invoices for like food and supplies and stuff like that, but it's nothing of importance to you.
I could see how this could with the flashlight and the indirect angle, I think that it makes sense that the fluttering would have caused. It makes sense, but hey, Tavin, we're okay. There's nothing there. I put my whole arm into the vent and nothing happened.
Tavin is shaking. I don't actually know how long these are supposed to last. Been trying
It's
to find it.
usually just I'm sure it's usually just a shift, which is usually like 15 minutes. Give me a second and I'll pull up my little cheat sheet. Roll effects. No, that's not right. I'm pretty sure that it's the panics usually last. Panic roll. I'm pretty sure that it should just be like a 15-minute. It's usually just a shift, or unless someone has something that can calm you down, kind of thing.
We'll say you can use command to stop panics. That is a listed command. You can do that. I just want to say that.
Can I command him to calm down?
It's a roll.
Yeah, you can give me a command roll to try. Okay.
Nice.
Doesn't exist.
How would you command?
How do you command the civilian who's having a panic attack?
I
Get your
mean,
shit
but
together.
I have, yeah, pretty much.
If you
feel
can
like-
command a civilian, can you command a PC?
It just says it's an action, and I'm not. It just says that it's a listed action.
Right.
We've
That's right,
we've
then.
had this conversation before. Yes, you can command a PC.
Yeah, because I commanded him in the third episode.
No, I know that, but it's the panic side of it. Is that does it
Oh.
state that you can
All it
command?
says is it says the prerequisite is panicking character.
Right. That's okay then.
So I think it's specifically meant for.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's fine then.
Characters.
So yeah, you are able to command Tavin to.
All right, I'll put a hand on his shoulder and a hand on his wrist to kind of like stabilize him and be like, dude. The room is depressurized. There's not going to be anything hanging out in there. If it couldn't get through, it's because it's stuck on something. Right? Like paper.
Evan is not going to respond because he's trying to be nice and doesn't want to say something sarcastic. He's just going to nod his head. He's just
Yeah,
going to
to be-
nod his head and not say anything.
The paper
right.
was stuck on some bits of metal. It was just fluttering. You got this.
So stand up, take a breath, let it out. It's just paper.
Tavin, you do feel a calming effect come over you as your tremble does dissipate, and a clearer mind does come to you.
Look, this one's a receipt for a hamburger. That means they had hamburgers on this station. Holy shit.
I think the hamburgers are long gone.
I know, but
Yeah,
isn't
okay.
it exciting that such a small place could have such fun foods?
Sure.
I'm trying to look on the bright side here.
I mean, oh, okay, I'm gonna keep that to myself. All right. Can't be that much fun. They all got sucked out of space station.
Tavin's no longer trembling.
Oh.
All right.
A quick question:
Yes.
Is the space station or what we're on sort of similar uniform design to what we're on normally?
Yeah, it just looks older. It just looks like an older, like there's not as much of the kind of flash technology that newer stations do have. This is very much like it's still got like the basic systems that would be there.
Well, instead of searching room to room, we should probably head to operations. See if we can establish a forward operating position and then move out from there. Otherwise, we're just playing peekaboo with every doorway we see.
I mean, we don't know what we're looking for, so, but we can do that.
Game Mother, are my coordinates very specific, like to a specific place on the station, or just to the station?
Just to the station.
Ah.
I'm fine doing it either way, but setting up a like where we can operate out of and maybe get more information on what happened might be better than playing peekaboo at every doorway.
Yeah. I think that's probably fine, and then if we need to go into more detail, we can go to certain rooms.
So you all kind of begin to look for something that would symbolize a kind of operations room or like a main kind of area. As you are going through, though, you do start coming across wires that have been like pulled out, and there is still sparks coming from these wires. As you kind of get closer to kind of like the center of this station, there is more normal lights. Like, this station still has active power coursing through, and you're able to make it to the kind of main concourse of this station. What order are you traveling in?
I'm on the point.
Okay, I'll take her.
I'll go
Bring up the
third
rear.
or second, whichever.
I'll cover the rear.
I thought it was the
No, that's Andrea. She do it.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm
I
in
have
the
a
middle
gun
then.
now. I can shoot things.
Both of you can do
Yes.
it. As you are kind of heading down towards this kind of concourse area, there's a very noticeable tremor in the station, and I need you all to give me an agility roll.
I'm bad at that.
Yeah, then.
Oh no, I
Push.
passed.
Made it.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So as this tremor resonates through the ship, Carrigan and Tavin, you guys pass through this doorway as a small explosion resonates through this corridor and
Great.
forces both of you down the corridor.
Does it feel like it comes from the direction of my ship?
No, this feels as if it comes from the other side of this corridor. Like the wall
Okay.
of the corridor. Like the panel.
Oh.
And you both are kind of sent forwards. Andrea and Joshua. This explosion happens in front of you. And kind of sends you back up the corridor the way you'd came. Andrea, it happens almost directly beside you, and as you kind of land and try to come to, there's just this pounding pressure in your head where all you can hear is just a muffled voice, and you feel this overwhelming fear kind of begin to just force you to tremble uncontrollably. And as you kind of start coming back into focus, you have Joshua kind of speaking at you, trying to kind of get attention.
At this point, I'm going to use the talent Counselor. That allows me to make a command roll to reduce her stress and get her to calm down.
Okay.
As like she's kind of like this, I'm gonna look at her and go, hey, it's all right. There was an explosion. Take some deep breaths, calm down. You're all right. We'll figure it out. No successes, no failure though.
Right.
That's okay.
Tried though.
I'm going to stare at him for a moment, and then I'll open my little, like, wherever I've stashed my nap relief, and I'll pull out a dollar and take it.
Okay.
Well, I'm pretty sure
you had a
that
drug
increases
problem.
my stress
Why?
by like 1.
What I
She had
will
a drug habit.
say, just before, like, Joshua, reading your talent, it's a skill to reduce the stress level of another character. This is panic.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
As opposed to like just a stress level.
Okay.
So if you want to use it, you can lower the thing, but the panic would technically still be there. Because I don't think it doesn't say anything about using it to stop panic.
That's fine.
And I'm pretty sure, Andrea, your thing is the same.
Oh yeah, no, it wouldn't start the panic. She was just taking it because, you know.
Yeah. No, that's
yeah.
Totally fair. Totally fair.
Have a understand.
But I will say you will no longer have stress, but you will still have a little bit of a tremor. Little tremble. But as both sets of you kind of get back to focus, where this explosion came from has removed this corridor. There is just barricade of twisted smoking metal blocking you from each other.
I guess we can't go that way.
there is a slight little gap that you can see each other, but Tavin and Carrigan, you find yourself on one side of this, and Joshua and Andrea are on the other side.
Oh,
Hopefully it's a
great.
circle like Arceon.
Hopefully.
We've been on multiple stations and looking at it from the outside. Does it look like it would be a circle like Arceon?
It's not so much a circle. This is more like a... It's almost like a ship that had been transformed into, like an old ship that they just made into a station. So it's not quite circular. And there is a big chunk of it from the front no longer there. So
I doubt it'll be a circle, but there
Tavin,
might be a side tunnel or multiple tunnels going the same directions as you would see in most ships and stations.
We'll figure it out.
but Joshua and Andrea, looking at this problem, the only way is kind of going back the way you came to try and find another kind of way through. And Tavin and Carrigan, the only real way is forward.
Yeah.
Towards the kind of main kind of large concourse area that is just ahead of where you were going.
I guess we're gonna have to try and find a way to double back somewhere else, because
or still find the operating room or whatever.
Okay, so we will start with Carrigan and Tavin. Going forward, you do enter into this kind of... It's like dark, dingy, with a little bit of light coming through, but flashlights are kind of giving most of it away. As you kind of walk in, you see just a lot of kind of destruction of things, just like destroyed, ripped, torn away. And you are able to find a kind of system room.
Okay.
That has a few terminals, and again, Tavin, for both of you, but the terminals seem to have power going into them, which again is
really surprising.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna get on the terminal and see what it has on it.
Give me a Comtech.
2 successes.
You're able to get onto the system, and while you're having a kind of ruttle out around, there's a lot of kind of files and stuff where it's talking about kind of jobs and items that are getting sold on this station. You're a little wary of showing Carrigan just the stuff that is kind of being spoken about of this station and what they'd been kind of in contact with?
Tavin, these aren't his deals, so he wouldn't
Okay.
be worried about it. It's not his
Yeah, that's fair.
thing that he's a part of.
But there's a lot of really, really low crime things, but there is the occasional things that you would never even consider doing or
Watching, yeah.
getting involved in whatsoever. And it kind of pushes that some of the rumors that you've been hearing have been kind of true, but you're also seeing files for items from like USCMC, but the files, none of it really points to that these things were being stolen. The files seem to be referring that these were being given.
Okay. Well, looks like our buddies at the acronym is kill me.
USCMC.
You can just call them the
USCMC.
Colonial Marines if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like the Colonial Marines were not on the up and up here.
Seems like they might not be on the up and up anywhere. It's kind of part of the reason why I left. Are there any names attached to that, or just
No.
Are there? Nope.
No names
I didn't think there
whatsoever.
would be. Yeah.
Like, the only kind of thingies of names is just like singular Joe and Bob and Steve. Like, it's names
Very
that you
clearly
know.
not
Yeah.
actual people's names.
Yeah.
They're just placeholders.
Yeah. But
Is because I specifically want to look for this. Is there any mention of any colonial marshals in the list?
there is not.
Okay.
But as you are kind of scrolling through, there is a file with a similar title to what you would know, and that is of the chemical.
As in, like, it's the chemical's name?
Yes.
Alright, I will open that file.
As you look and kind of go through everything, it is talking about selling, transporting. There's some lists of locations to where the chemical has been sent to. Stations like Arsion, Anchor Point, Novgorod, Seoul.
Are there any dates on this?
Not really. There's dates of when these files were created, but it's not really a detailed set of files. Like, it is very limited in what they were actually trying to keep. But it kind of goes into details about this chemical, also known as an agent. Other files refer to it as the black goo and the black liquid. Even on this, where you're now kind of getting that there was a lot of criminal things and going through this, even at that level, there was a very heavy insistence of how to transport it, how not to touch it. Like, there was a lot of security around transporting this, and at the bottom there is kind of like a list of save transporters, but again the names are obviously just fake names, or it's names that they're known by within this station kind of thing. So again, like your Joe and Billy and whatnot, and it's known pilots and ships that would be able to safely transport this chemical.
Is there a way for me to make a copy of these files?
You'd probably be able to put your data link in and kind of take down some data files.
I will just specifically go for files that are based around the goo,
Okay.
so that I'm not here for like 5 hours trying to download files.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah, you're able to download kind of like the handful of files that you would deem important to what you're trying to kind of go. Anything that has the kind of like the names and references to that, you're easy able to download to your data link. Carrigan, while Tavin is doing this, what have you been doing apart from kind of looking over the shoulder and seeing? But is there anything else that you would have been doing?
Going through any drawers or lockers or storage.
Okay.
Possibly dicking around on other terminals. Definitely looking over his shoulder every now and then.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Give me an observation roll. Okay.
2.
As Tavin is doing this, and you're kind of rummaging through things, and you're not really finding anything of importance. Again, a lot of the stuff is being kind of pulled out and destroyed and stuff. But you do notice something as you kind of get close to one of the terminals, kind of up against the wall. You do hear a rumbling, very faint, very something small going through the vent system above your head.
Like a skittering noise?
Yeah, kind of like a rumbling against metal, like something thumping through.
Does this vent system vent into this room? Like, can I follow? Is there like a
there's
register from that vent to this room?
There's like a little vent hole, but most of the ventilation system is behind the wall or in the ceiling. But there is a vent hole just up on the kind of like the where the wall meets the ceiling.
Okay. Well, I'll probably ready my gun at the hole.
Okay.
See if anything comes through while Tavin's doing his stuff, because I'm not going to announce it to him because he's going to freak the fuck out. And I just told him that there was nothing in the vents, so.
Fortunately, nothing comes through the vent. for the time that you're looking, and Tavin downloads go through within a couple of minutes, and you have everything on your data link.
It's probably a pretty good guess that what we were here for was what I just downloaded.
Oh, quick question. Is there a station map in that terminal at all?
Was there?
I would probably say no, because
Okay.
again, not want to keep any track of. It's that kind of way. If you're on this station, you would know where things are.
Okay. All right, let's see if we can find a hallway that goes back the direction we were coming from.
Okay. As you start getting set for that, we're going to transition over to Andrea and Joshua. You are currently kind of on your asses from this explosion that happened like almost directly on top of you. As there's kind of a sparking up the corridor, but you are kind of able to refocus and bring yourself back into the situation as you find yourself separated from your other crew members.
Well, let's try and find our way back.
Okay. You ever been on a station like this before?
Yeah, it's an older style station. One of my deployments, probably.
Okay. I don't think I've ever been on a station like this before.
I was hoping to set up a base of operations so we can get out of these bulky ass pressure suits and move better, but
Yeah. It seems like things are unstable, which is a problem. I'm not an electrical engineer, so I don't know how to fix it.
look at me, I fix bodies and stack bodies and unstack bodies.
What do you do for people who need, like, robot limbs?
Send them to the orthopedic and robotic cyber surgeon.
Oh, that's exciting.
Look, I put bullets in people and take bullets out of people, essentially.
Hey, I just thought maybe you would know something about robot limbs.
Why do you
Is
have a
that so
robot limb?
bad?
Do you need me to do you need to adjust your robot limb? Is that what you're getting at?
No, I don't have robot limb. I just
Well,
think
then
it's cool.
That line of questioning is irrelevant to the situation we find ourselves in.
Yes, but it keeps the mind off of any stress, right?
It does. It does indeed. We'll be fine.
We
It's just
will
a
be
routine.
fine, but Tavin's not gonna be fine. He's scared of the station, and he's with Carrigan, and they have problems. They haven't worked out their problems.
Well, maybe this will force them to like work through their issues with each other.
Okay.
As Haba shakes her head, no. Sorry, just saw it in the corner of my eye. Anyway, move. Sorry. So we're walking, and we're walking.
We're talking, we're opening doors and trying to find ways around.
Yep.
You, as you're kind of making your way through, you do open kind of like the occasional door, and they tend to just be individual rooms, nothing going through or anything like that. You do make it back round to the airlock door where Martha is still situated. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Well, that's a good thing. I guess we'll head back the other way and try and make our way to the operations center like we were trying to. Maybe some way we'll meet up with Carrigan and Tavin on the way through.
So there's another way we go. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
right.
most
We
most
go
of
right
these
this
stations
side
have multiple.
instead of
Yeah,
left.
we go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can you both give me
Sorry.
observation?
Observation.
No, I cannot give you 2 successes on observation.
Okay.
I didn't succeed or fail.
Yep. Joshua, you begin to head in the direction of the corridor, kind of going to the right from Martha.
Mm-hmm.
Andrea, you do hear the sound of something moving behind the panels of the wall in the vent system. It's just a small kind of metallic tumbling sound, just comes into earshot and then fades off.
But okay. Okay, that makes sense. I'll follow up there, Josh. But hey, I think I heard something that was like a bolt or something falling down the vents. It was a metallic sound, so I have to assume that there's like loose debris, right?
I'm hoping that's what it is, because if there's something in the walls, that doesn't bode well for.
Well, it's moving, but it sounded metallic, and then it was away. So I gotta assume that it's just debris, right? There can't be.
Yeah. Okay. Hang on a minute. Okay. I really need to get out of this bulky ass pressure suit. Ugh.
Well, I'd
No,
offer
fine.
to switch your suits because mine is a little less bulky, but I don't think it would fit you because I am like significantly shorter.
I appreciate it, but it's just I'm on a space station that just exploded and has no pressure, and there's shit moving in the walls. I need to be out of this bulky ass pressure suit so I can actually do something.
It's just the sounds of space. Like, don't have sound because there's. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I know. I also know that, like, when stuff is in the walls, bad shit happens. They're
Explosions.
never mind. Never mind. Just
Decapitations.
no, not on that mission. Anyway,
Becoming 3D printed biomass into space.
hey, Andrea, shut up. I don't need to hear that. Like, we just need to keep moving forward.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Talk about, like, anything but, like, the hazards of being, like, you want to talk corporate politics or protocol, that's fine. Just not, like, decapitations and, like, space shit.
Look, I am under NDAs. I cannot tell you about. I can't tell you about corporate politics or ticks. Politics.
Okay. Anything other than how we could horribly die on
Imagine
this
if
mission.
the people at the top were actually giant ticks in human suits.
What do you mean they're not?
Look, I don't know. I've never met anybody from the top. They could be for all we know.
Maybe they're just soulless synthetic robots that want to eliminate humanity, but through
I
a
doubt
a
that
systematic progress of capitalism and exploitation. I don't know.
That they imagine that they're doing something good. And all of the failings are just numbers on a sheet. So they don't have to put faces or names to those numbers.
Your logical naivete is somewhat endearing.
What are you saying, that they sit there and look at everybody that they have doomed and go, yes, I feel good for having doomed this person today.
No, I think they look at things as on a balance sheet and go, we can afford to lose this many.
Yeah,
and still
that's
make
what I'm
an ass
saying.
ton
They're
of money.
numbers on a sheet.
Okay. People are not numbers on a sheet. We're not assets that are expendable.
No, but to the people who don't see us as people, we are.
This is that fits. That fits.
But I don't think that we're gonna die because we haven't yet. And if anything, all of you are very capable people.
Oh, I've been through too much shit to die. Come on now.
Yeah, exactly.
I got stuff I gotta accomplish.
You do.
I gotta get this mission done so I can get.
Look, you gotta get that 1,000,000 credits. And then not have to worry about this shit anymore.
Well, some things are more important than money, Andrea.
Huh?
Nothing. Moving forward.
Oh, money? No, but I thought that was the main reason you guys took the job.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to deal with us anymore. Because you have what you want, and then you can move on with your life.
That is the goal. That is the
Yeah.
goal. So, this is awkward.
How's it awkward?
I don't like suits. And I'm stuck with a suit.
Well, yes, you're in a suit.
Yes.
Sorry, I don't follow.
Didn't think you would.
Oh, are you calling me a suit?
Oh, yep. Respectfully, nonetheless. Respectfully. You're an actual suit I don't want to space immediately.
I understand.
So, question as we're walking through this hallway to our doom, looking for a way to run into Carrigan and Tavin.
Yeah.
So, was Carrigan always a stick in the mud?
Carrigan's a very nice person. She sticks up for her
Doubting
friends
that
and
she
her
was.
family.
I'm not saying she's not nice. I'm just saying, like, was she always like, I am the law? Like, come on now.
Look, when she's on the clock, she has a job to do. When she's not on the clock, she might be not as strict, but she's still gonna be who she is.
You can be on the job and you can be like softer. You gotta be hard ass 24/7 on the clock.
But she's
Well, what?
she has a job to do, and she does it to keep people safe. And it might be strict adherence to laws, and that may be very frustrating. But we need people like Carrigan to keep us safe from
Suits like
all of the things.
Wayland Yutani.
Huh?
Suits like Wayland Yutani.
Technically, we operate inside the law.
Bullshit. There's so much dirt that your company does that don't give me that company line.
Well, I haven't done anything illegal that I know of. Have I? No, I've never done anything.
You haven't recruited expendable assets to do a recovery mission so that the company can cover its ass because they were involved in a top secret government project that could potentially destroy a $1 trillion space station and then spread propaganda and corporate espionage? No, not you, not at all.
Who? Okay, first off, none of that is illegal. And second off, you guys are not expendable assets.
How is none of that illegal?
It's not illegal to hire people.
To cover up a government fuck up?
We don't know that we're covering it up yet.
Right.
And technically,
Jack was like, just go out, find this shit, bring it back.
Well, they
And
could be
we'll
acting against
tell
you
everybody.
as CMC. It could be leverage against somebody. That's true. But that even, as long as it's not, well, that would be blackmail and that would be illegal.
See, I gotcha.
But if it's not
Right.
leverage against a specific person, then it's not blackmail, and therefore it's not illegal.
What if it's leverage against another company that's corporate espionage and thus
But company
illegal?
I've done 0 corporate espionage in my life.
So when the substance that the brief was, this station was destroyed by some entity thing that we're out to discover. That station wasn't owned by Weyland-Yutani.
Oh, are you talking about Arceon? We weren't there to
No,
go.
no. The one before Arceon, the one that was destroyed, that triggered this little escapade. That was other corporate space station.
The whole thing that triggered this was going to get a supply. Well, not supply. A God, my brain has stopped. Help me. There's a thing, a package.
We were
A
hired.
package. There we go.
Mhm.
Going to go get a package and possibly see a deserted member of the U.S. CMC.
No, that was the first step of the overall operation.
That was intended to be a test to see how we work together as a group.
Yes, that was the audition, which we did wonderful at. But the overarching mission is to seek out and investigate an entity or thing that destroyed another space station.
Why do you think that is the overarching mission?
Because that's the briefing we got from Jack Powell.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Me as a player totally forgot that was a.
I know. I'm just like.
I'm going with it though. I'll go with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, look. Not the entire company is not corrupt. There are parts of the company that do the best that they can to protect the public from what's been created by us or another company.
So, I never got a chance to ask you, like, do you know what we're looking for?
Oh, I have all the information that you have.
I doubt that.
Hey,
You
I
probably
share.
have more information than I got.
The only thing that I have not shared with you are the public briefs or private briefs they sent to me about each of you.
Oh, there it is.
That's all that I haven't shared with you. But you know your own story, so.
Well, I know my story, but do you know my story?
No, I haven't read your file.
Cool.
I don't think it's a good idea to read your file if I want to actually create a workable relationship with you.
You're a very strange suit. You know that, Andrea.
I'm pragmatic.
Yeah, but you're also very, like, how do I say this? Odd.
Not many suits start off as a marshal, do they?
No, they don't. Which is why I don't despise you immediately.
But you don't typically tend to like Carrigan that much.
I like Carrigan just fine. I just think she's, like, too much of a hard ass. It rubs people the wrong way. I understand the job is hard, but like, she could. Her bedside manner is so cold and so hard, and she comes
It's
across
not
as
paid
like
for her
this.
bedside manner.
Yeah, but when you're a marshal, you got to deal with the public as much as you got to deal with the scum. And if you want the public to help you out, you got to have a little bit of bedside manner. I know she's a former Marine, but like, it doesn't hurt to smile every once in a while.
But she does
Doesn't-
smile every once in a while.
When?
You might not
When
be
she's,
there to see it,
when
but
she's
she does
kicking
do it.
somebody's ass, or when she's arresting somebody because she's like, "Ooh, got another one for the brig." I mean,
She smiles
don't know
when she
her.
does something she enjoys, or when she eats a really good food, or watches a movie she likes, hangs out in the
Yeah.
company with friends, and enjoys a joke.
She enjoys a joke, huh? Like if I just dropped a fart joke, she'd laugh her ass off, right?
I don't know her stance on toilet humor.
Okay, well, I'll keep a mental note of next time I'm around Carrigan. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, what's up?" I mean, this is what happens then.
The absurdity of that.
That's all I got. As Kerrigan said, caffeine and sarcasm.
Caffeine and sarcasm. So what? Caffeine your drug of choice, or is it the alcohol?
Oh, you know, I struggled when I cycled out. Lots of stuff. Alcohol, unhealthy relationships, gambling at a point, and then got lucky, cleaned up, and ended up here.
Anybody you're going home to?
Not anymore.
No? No friends, no family, nobody?
Oh God. You?
No.
Why not?
What do you mean?
And you got nobody to go home to. You're a successful suit. You make big loot. Dress well. Talk well. Bound to have some sort of companionship at some point.
This is not the kind of. This is not the kind of job one takes if one intends to get into a long-term and healthy relationship.
Who said anything about being in a healthy relationship? I just asked if you had anybody to go home to.
Why would you get into a relationship if it wasn't going to make you happy?
I don't know, I never thought of it that way.
I mean, I've had people try. It's just they're always after the same thing. Never fun.
I was married, so I must have done something right.
Yeah.
I had a kid. Done something right there too.
It's now in Novigrad.
She's not with me right now.
Aww.
Is what it is.
Excited to see her soon.
Everything works out. Hopefully.
I hope it does then.
Yeah. If everything goes according to plan, I'll I'll see her and not have to worry about certain strings.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, Joshua.
Yeah.
Thanks for treating me like a person.
Thanks for not being a suit. Hopefully we'll find Tavin and Carrigan in it anytime.
One day. Or we'll just, I don't know.
Or we'll find their bodies because they killed each other or choked each other to death.
I don't think that Tavin could choke Carrigan out.
Not unless
But
she
it
was into
wouldn't
it.
shock me if they removed each other's helmets and pushed each other into the void of space.
I could see it. See it. Are we any closer to where we need to be, Game Mother?
Yes.
As we're kind of wandering the hallway.
Yeah.
Taylor does one.
As you have been walking and talking, you do come to a section of the ship that is kind of the height of this entire station. You're talking about 2-3 floors. Like, although the station isn't long and wide, it does have a bit of a height to it. And as you kind of get to this massive kind of floor, you do see the part of the ship that is now missing, and you are kind of on the other side, kind of looking to see this kind of thing. And as you approach this bit, you do see Carrigan and Tavin approaching at the other side of this hole in the ship. So there is about, probably talking, try to think. You're probably talking about 40 feet of just hole in the ship between yous. And as you kind of finish that conversation, as you're in awe of this, Joshua and Andrea, you do both feel another tremble. And I need you both to do an agility roll for me again.
Jesus.
It's been long enough that I'm no longer panicked, right?
Oh, yeah. You'll be fine by this point.
Look. I'll try and push.
You'll same.
Ah!
No.
No!
I got nothing.
I need to make a stress roll.
I believe in you. I got this. Oh shit.
Great.
This went perfectly.
Yay!
Got the shakes now, baby.
As you finish this heart-to-heart conversation and look out and see Carrigan and Tavin sort of approach from the other side of the station, about 40 feet, you kind of have that kind of like hello wave before another explosion happens behind you. Both of you are completely rocked by this immediate pop, almost under your feet. Carrigan and Tavin, as you see them both kind of walk round the corner and kind of clock eyes on each other, you guys are greeted by this flash of light that resonates a rumble through the entire space station. And as it kind of, the flash is that bright that you have to kind of turn because it hurts your eyes, and when you look back, both of them are no longer in the section that you saw them in. Both of you give me an observation roll.
We're floating in space, aren't we?
We better not be.
Oh, this was fun.
Carrigan's gonna make a stress roll.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Where she's cool.
Oh, jeez.
Carrigan, as this flash happens and you look back and your two crewmates aren't where you'd seen them, this wave of panic kind of fills you before you calm yourself down and just again back into that you have a job to do. Tavin, as you kind of frantically look to try and find them, you do notice two suited figures slowly floating out of the hull of the ship in front of you. And that's where we're going to end today's episode.
You're an asshole.
Fuck.
So, yes, thank you everybody for coming by to this fun episode. Next week is our break week, so we won't have an episode next week, but we will be back the following week for episode 9 and to find out how and if this crew can get out of this shit show. So thank you very much for coming by. Wish you hopefully a happy week or a happy 2 weeks, and we will be back with Alien Entrapment. So thank you and goodbye everybody.